And it's Jamila, right?
Jamelia.
Hi, we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Just depends on when you are watching. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn, and I am the broker owner of Lyonsview Realty. We do residential, commercial for small businesses and nonprofits, and property management services. And typically, we do Financial Fridays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook. But this was so important. I didn't want to miss this opportunity. I didn't want you to miss this opportunity because, as you know, we provide you with resources, information, and tips to help you improve your bottom line and those things that provide wealth for you now and in the future. So, if you are a business owner, if you know someone who is a business owner, you want to like and share this video, have them tune in because this is time sensitive information, which is why we are going live right now. So I'm really excited to have Miss Jamelia Powell from Lyada, the Women's Business Center. And Jamelia has hung out with me before, and I am also a graduate of Lyada, so I'm always excited about what is going on. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Jamelia and tell us a little bit about first the Women Business Center and then about the program.
Sure, and thank you, Miss Clara. Always a pleasure to, be a part of your network. Honestly, I always love what you do. Always am amazed by all of the wonderful work you're doing in the community. So always a pleasure. So once again, my name is Jamelia Powell. I am the program manager for the Lyada Women's Business Center.
Right.
Our Women's Business Center is dedicated to ensuring that women entrepreneurs thrive and grow. Our Women's Business Center services the Southern New Jersey area. So we're the only women's business center that services Southern New Jersey. So our goal is really to ensure that we help women start and grow their businesses. Now, most men will say to me, uh, do you work with men? We do work with men, but we are very much conscious of the additional barriers that women face as they're starting and growing their business. So really, I'm so excited today. So for any of your viewing audience who is interested in training or business counseling, they are more than welcome to take advantage of our services. We are partially funded by the Small Business Administration. So I always say these services are prepaid. So you don't have to pay for any of these services. So when you take advantage of our services, you have many things available to you, training as well as counseling. So today, I really just want to talk about a new program that's coming about with the Lyada Business Services Center. Through the help of Santander Bank, they're actually offering a Cultivate small business program. So this program is actually for food entrepreneurs. So I always tell people it's not just for restaurants. Honestly, if you could potentially do any possible thing that's in the food and beverage industry and take advantage of this program. So it's a combination of training, mentorship, as well as potential access to capital. So what they start out with is 16 weeks of training. So during that 16 weeks, a person who takes advantage of this program would do 2 days of training. It starts with 2 days, and then it trails off to 1 day per week in the afternoons. And don't worry, it's all virtual. So it definitely will be virtual. So they do training through Babson College, which has a dedicated food business program. So they're getting that training. And then after that, they're actually having a mentor from Babson College as well as Santander Bank. So they're getting mentorship from two aspects. They're getting mentorship in the food industry, and they're getting mentorship from someone within the bank. And then at the conclusion of that program, they actually have access to capital. So during that time, they're creating an action plan for their business. And anyone who works the heck out of that action plan, they're actually able to compete for a grant up to $10,000. So I think it's such an exciting thing. And, just really thinking about the fact that So many food industry businesses have been truly affected by the pandemic. I think this is such a timely program to help assist in the process of just really taking a business to the next stage in this process. So, we can talk about the criteria a bit and the requirements, but
Yeah.
it is a timely thing. It's a timely matter. So the deadline is fast approaching. It's actually March 1st. We're hoping it's extended, but it is March 1st. But if you are a business who's been in business at least 1 year, so January, if you started at least or have been in business as of January 2021, you are eligible. So anywhere
January
between,
2021 or January
as
2020?
long as you've been in business as of, so you couldn't have started the business in January 2021. So as long as you at this time at the beginning of the year you were in business, you're good to go.
Okay.
So anything January 2021 and prior, you are considered as part of that requirement. So as long as you've been in business as of the beginning of this year. And so, yes, and they really want to have the person who, whether they're a manager in that business or they're the owner of the business, and I know that's really hard these times because people are going back to business and making sure the businesses are running again. But if you have someone who can make decisions on behalf of the business, that person could take advantage of the class. So really, also there is a requirement to have at least one full-time employee. That could be you, right? So if you're self-employed, you could be that one full-time person. And
Okay.
so, and then, yeah, so I always tell people if they are interested via our website, there's information. So it's www.laida.com. But I always encourage people to call because you may see the requirements and be scared of the requirements. But if it really comes down to it, just call our office and ask, and we'll walk you through the application. Because we really do want businesses to thrive, and we really understand that food businesses have been hit the hardest
Yeah.
during this time.
Yeah. Can you give like a couple of examples other than restaurants, just to kind of pique people's idea and their
Yeah,
possible interest?
sure. So some businesses that we've come across bakeries, we've come across mobile bartenders, we've come across breweries, people who are in the food waste business, people who make beverages. Who else have we come across? Um, Food waste. It just runs the gamut. If you have anything that remotely deals with food or beverage, you could be doing food packaging, food recycling. So it really runs the gamut of anything that could potentially be related to the food business.
Gotcha. And what about someone who makes like seasonings and spices or
They would
tea?
be included because it's essentially can be used on a food product, right?
Yes.
So food retail. So I food retail would also be included as well.
Okay. And any of the farmers or people who are doing produce type stores,
I
would
do
they?
believe this would be included. I do believe. So I would always say, to if we don't know and when we don't have the answer, we can get that answer for you. But from everything that we've been talking about, anything that remotely deals with food, so I would take it that farmers would be included. Anyone who has a produce, retail produce would also be included as well.
Okay. And is this for people who are at the idea stage, or it's for people who've actually kind of launched something already? Like they have
So
their
it
business.
would So it would be for someone who had launched. So we're not necessarily saying that person has to have an extreme amount of income, but you do want someone who has at least launched their business and has been making some revenue for the business. So this wouldn't be for someone who's necessarily in the idea phase. So someone who's cooking with fire, so to speak.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, so I want to put into the chat where people need to, if they're interested, is there a phone number that they can
Yes.
call?
Yes,
Okay.
they can call our office. The phone number is 856
Hmm.
338 1177.
Okay. 1177 for info. Okay. And the website?
So the website is www.laida.com.
Uh-huh.
Lyada.com.
Okay. Need that. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Anything else you want to share about the program? They have until March the 1st. We hope that'll be extended, but if it's not, you've got the weekend to get the information and get your application in. So,
Yes, so definitely get your application in. If you have any questions about the application, feel free to call our office. We are more than happy to walk you through the application. We're more than happy to tell you what's in the application. We're really just encouraging people to apply because we really think it's important. To move businesses forward, that is our ultimate goal. And it, like I said, being hit by this pandemic, it really is important to make sure our small businesses are still continuing to flourish. So if you're a minority owned business, a woman owned business, an immigrant owned business, we're definitely encouraging you to apply because many of the times we're the businesses that are hardest hit by any economic downturn.
indeed, indeed. And the classes are in the evening?
The classes are early afternoon, so about 3 to 4:30 p.m. So it's an hour and a half of virtual time, and it usually will start with 2 days a week, and then it will trail off to 1 day per week.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Well, this has been phenomenal information, and I appreciate you coming on. We're going to push it and share it so that the people who need to get the information get it. Whenever there's an opportunity for mentorship, whenever there's an opportunity for funding, it's just really important that we get the information out to people so that they can take advantage of it. So thank you so much.
Agree. Thank you so much, Miss Clara. Always a pleasure. I thank you so much.
Alrighty.